cover one more thing about why we made this thing as a Frankenstein element, and we kind of practiced with it and sort of changed it based on our perception. We did that so that we wouldn't be tied to one particular form. But now that we've kind of arrived at the point where we have iterated and have kind of decided, yes, this is what I want this to look like, the next step is to create a clean version of this. Now, in order to do that, notice that we've got these dots everywhere on this, right? Because every corner is joined to another corner. What we want to do is limit that, and the place that we want to limit that to is where one of the walls hits the ground. That way we don't see any up above here, okay? So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to slice off these that are on the ground, right, and set that there. But there's an issue, right? The issue is that this folds this direction, correct? So you've got to be careful if you're trying to create a replicant of this and you want to just use the creasing technique, make sure that you're doing it on the correct side. Otherwise, you'll produce the opposite of it, okay? So if you recall, when we made this thing, we made it on the opposite side. So I want to make sure that you guys understand that that when I cut this thing out as a whole, all the creases have to fold away from the cut line. So this has to be the surface that's pointed up. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this shape now onto here. In addition to that, I've got to show where my lines are going to crisscross. So I'm marking all of those endpoints. Okay? When I lift this off, I have enough marks there to where I can show where my crease points are. So there's my object, and what I'm going to do with that object is I'm going to cut it out as quickly as I can so the video doesn't get too long, and I'm going to fold it up to make a clean version of my Frankenstein model. In order to keep this video short, I'm going to freehand some pieces. You guys don't get to freehand, okay? So I don't want the video to get too long. I'm not going to freehand the two edges because those edges actually meet up together. So I think those are already cut out. And so there is a full plate version of the Frankenstein. Now all I have to do, and I have to cut these with a straight edge because there's going to be creasing involved on them. Now when I kind of fold this thing up, I should be able to create a non-Frankenstein version of my original form. Okay? So this is how you create a clean version of the Frankenstein technique. All right. Any questions about that? No? All right. Go ahead and stop that video.